A small girl sits on the floor. She is 5 years old. Her name is Maria. She is in Warsaw, in Poland. It is a cold day. The room is small, but her father has a special cabinet. Inside the cabinet, there are strange objects: glass tubes, small scales, a little brass instrument that shines in the light. Maria is not allowed to touch the cabinet, but today the door is open a little. She looks inside. She sees a small clear stone. It sits on a shelf, quiet and still. She does not know its name. She does not know what it does. But she feels something. She feels curious. She wants to know. What is this? Why does it sit here, so quiet, so still, so important? She reaches out. She touches the stone. It is cold. It is smooth. Her father comes into the room. He does not get angry. He picks her up. He says, "This is for science. One day you will understand." She does not understand today, but she does not forget the stone. What do you do when the world tells you, "This is not for you"? What do you hold on to when every door seems closed? If some of these words are new to you, that is okay. That is normal. Keep reading. Keep going. Maria grows up. Poland is not free. Other countries control it. Schools do not teach in Polish. They teach in Russian. Maria must learn her own history in secret. Her teachers hide books when soldiers walk by. This is dangerous. This is hard. But Maria loves to learn. She reads every night. She reads by candlelight when the house is quiet. There is one more problem. Maria is a girl. In Poland, girls cannot go to university. The doors are closed, simply closed. No exceptions. But Maria does not stop. She joins a secret school. It is called the Flying University. It moves from house to house, so the police cannot find it. Young women meet in secret rooms. They study science, history, and math. It is small. It is quiet, but it is real. Maria has one more dream. She wants to study in Paris. In France, women can go to university. But Maria has no money. Her family is poor, so she makes a deal with her sister. Maria will work first and send money to her sister in Paris. Later, her sister will help Maria. Maria works as a teacher for many years. She waits. She saves money. She does not stop dreaming about that small stone in her father's cabinet. Finally, at age 24, Maria moves to Paris. She changes her name. Now she is Marie. Marie arrives in Paris with very little money. She rents a tiny room. It is so cold in winter that the water in her cup freezes. She wears all her clothes at once just to stay warm. She often forgets to eat. She is thin and tired. But every day she goes to class. She sits in the front row. She wants to hear every word. She studies physics. She studies math. Some days she understands nothing. The lessons are in French, and French is not her first language. She studies at night, alone, with a small lamp. She fails some tests. She tries again. At the university, Marie meets a scientist named Marie Curie. He is kind. He is quiet, like her. They fall in love, not with big words, but with shared work. They talk about science for hours. They talk about tiny particles, invisible to the eye. They get married. Now they are Marie and Marie Curie. Two scientists, one small laboratory, one shared dream. Marie hears about a strange new discovery. Some rocks give off energy even in the dark. Nobody understands why. Marie decides, I will find out. She tries, she fails. She tries a new method. It does not work. She tries again. The rock she studies is called pitchblende. It is heavy. It is ugly. It is full of dirt and metal. But somewhere inside it, something invisible is happening. Marie tests the rock. The results make no sense. The rock gives off more energy than it should. This means one thing. There is something new inside it. Something nobody has ever found before. She tells other scientists about her idea. They do not believe her. You are wrong, they say. Check your numbers again. She checks. She is not wrong. She checks again. Still, they do not believe her. She asks for money to study the rock properly. The answer is no. She asks for a real laboratory. The answer is no again. She asks a famous scientist for help. He is busy. He cannot help her now. Doors close, one after another. She knocks. Nobody answers. She tries a different door. It is also closed. She does not have the right equipment. She does not have enough space. She does not have enough money. Some days, she wonders if she is wrong after all. Maybe everyone else is right. Maybe there is nothing new inside that rock. But then she remembers the numbers. The numbers do not lie. Something is there. She just has to find it. This is the moment we want to look away from a hard part. But real learning is like this too. You try, it does not work, you try again. That is not failure. That is the process. Stay with it, just like Marie did. Marie and Pierre need a place to work. Nobody gives them a real laboratory. So they use an old shed behind the school. It has a broken roof. Rain comes in. In winter, it is freezing. In summer, it is like an oven. The floor is dirt. There is no proper equipment. A famous scientist visits later and calls it a cross between a stable and a potato cellar. But Marie does not complain. She has a rock and she has a question. That is enough. For 4 years, Marie works in this shed. Every single day, she and Pierre process tons of pitchblende rock. They mix it. They boil it. They filter it. They do this by hand with heavy pots, with hot chemicals, with their bare arms burning from the fumes. It is slow, it is painful work. Nobody helps them. Nobody watches them. There is no reward. No newspaper writes about them. No one applauds. Marie wakes early every morning. She walks to the shed in the cold air. She lights a small fire to heat the pots. Her hands are rough now and stained from the chemicals. Her dresses have small burn holes from the acid. She does not care about her dresses. She cares about the numbers in her notebook. Some days, nothing happens. The pot boils. The rock breaks down. Nothing new appears. She writes the results anyway. Even a failed test is information. She has learned this. Every failed test brings her one step closer to the answer. Pierre works beside her, quiet and steady. They rarely talk about anything except the work. They eat simple meals, standing up, so they do not lose time. At night, they walk home together through empty streets, too tired to speak, but not too tired to keep thinking about the rock. But something small keeps them going. In the evening, when the shed is dark, they walk inside one more time, and they see it. A soft, blue-green light glowing quietly from their materials on the shelf. It is beautiful. It is strange. It is proof that something real is happening, even when nobody else believes it. That glow becomes their reason to return, every single morning, to the cold shed and the heavy pots. Marie writes in her notebook every night. She writes numbers. She writes small questions. She does not know if she will ever find an answer. But she keeps writing. She keeps working. 4 years pass this way. 4 years of tons of rock boiled down to almost nothing. You are still here. You are still reading. That already means something. Learning a new language is a little like this too. Small steps every single day with no big applause. If this story is helping you, subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Now, let's keep going. After 4 years, from tons of pitchblende rock, Marie finally holds something new in her hand. It is a tiny amount, less than 1 gram, but it is real. She has found a brand new element. She names it radium, from the Latin word for ray of light. She also discovers a second element. She names it polonium, after her home country, Poland, the country that once told her as a girl that she could not learn. The world finally notices. In 1903, Marie Curie wins the Nobel Prize. This is one of the most important prizes in science. She is the first woman to ever win it. Later in 1911, she wins a second Nobel Prize in a different area of science. Nobody, man or woman, had ever won 2 Nobel Prizes before her. Think about the small girl in Warsaw, the one who touched a cold stone in a locked cabinet, the one who was told, "This is not for you. Not yet. Maybe not ever." Now that same person stands in front of kings and scientists, holding a small glowing tube of radium. The question she carried since she was 5 years old, "What is this, and why does it matter?" has changed the world. Do you think Marie Curie succeeded because she was born special, or because she never stopped trying, even in a cold, broken shed for 4 long years? Write your answer in the comments below. Later in her life, war comes to France. Marie does not stay home. She builds mobile X-ray machines and drives them to the battlefields herself. These machines help doctors see broken bones inside soldiers' bodies without cutting them open. Marie trains other women to operate the machines. Together, they help save many lives. Marie Curie grows old. Her hands are damaged from years of working with radioactive material. Nobody understood back then how dangerous this work truly was, but she never once regrets her choice. Even as an old woman, she still goes to her laboratory. She still checks her notes. She still asks new questions. Her hair is gray now. Her eyes are tired. But when someone brings her a new sample to study, her hands do not shake. She still wants to know, what is this, and why does it matter? One evening, near the end of her life, she sits alone in her laboratory. On the shelf beside her, a small tube glows softly in the dark, just like it did in that broken shed so many years ago. She looks at it for a long moment. She does not smile with big excitement. She simply nods quietly, like she is greeting an old friend. Then she picks up her pen and she keeps writing. You are learning a new language right now. That is hard. Some days are difficult. Some words are new. Some videos are fast, and you feel like you are missing something. But you are here. You are trying. You are keeping going. That is exactly what Marie Curie did. One small step. Every single day. The stone from her father's cabinet never stopped glowing in her mind. And neither should your reason for learning stop glowing in yours. The rock is still there somewhere in a museum, quiet and still, just like it was the day a small girl in Warsaw first reached out and touched it. And somewhere, tonight, Someone else is reaching for something new too. A new word, a new sentence, a new small step forward. The question is never finished. The work is never finished. And that is beautiful.